Where are you going? Trying to go around behind the boat. Now you're gonna go around the boat. Well, he's in control. He's pretty good at fish. I'm gonna let him go where he wants to go, but I'm trying to keep him on the side. I set the hook on the side I was fishing from. He took off left. Like, I'm gonna go left. Oh, that's a good fish. All right, guys. This got out here. Second place I fished. First place, there was a couple fish, and they wouldn't pay any attention to me. I for my line. Y'all probably think, Dennis, what is Dennis filling for him? Filling for my line, so I wanted to fish, see? It's wrapped around him. I didn't want to drop the fish and jerk the hook in my line. If that hook in my hand, if that line is loose around that fish and you throw him back, where's the bait going? It could fly back and get you, couldn't it? This is the winter color in a hot tail grub. It's blue boy with a chartreuse tail. That's a good fish, guys. Goodness. He's probably 12 3/4, pushing 13 inches. It's a good one. Real good one. That's not a bad one. I'll throw him in the boat. He ain't a monster. All right, guys, I found a little piece of brush here against the bank. It had a couple on it. I didn't think they looked that big. I'm telling you, they're moving a lot this time of year, and they're hard to find. Like I say, and when I'm finding them, like that last bunch, it was probably 10. I caught one, and that was it. And it was some out in open water. He's probably right at 10 inches. He might be 9.5, something like that. There were some out in open water there that I threw out, I don't know how many times, about a 4th and 15 minutes. And they looked like they was on a stump. And then I looked back later on, and they done moved. And they moved like 10 feet. And I threw at them a couple times. But that's what they're doing right now, too. Their water's 63. It's fall. The fish are moving some. There's still some on docks. I might go back up through here in a little bit and check a couple docks. I'm checking some brush. Little pieces, like it's a lay down tree coming in here. Stuff like that. Just to try to find some fish. Wow, this one came off the tree. I'm trying not to get in the tree. I'm trying to stay above when I can see my bait. If I don't see my bait, I just feel in cast again, guys. Because all you can do is lose your bait. Wow. All you can do is get hung and lose your jig and bait. And if you can't see your bait coming through a lay down tree. And if I'm going to not watch for my bait, I put on a weedless jig head. And you still get hung up with them. He might be a little smaller. He's probably 9. I'm going to move. I'm not going to stay with them. They all look about the same size when they come up off of that piece of brush at the end of this tree. But that's a good way to put brush down. If you know where to lay down trees like that, go to the end of it and drop down some brush. That's what somebody done here. He's not that big either. No, he's bad. He ain't bad. I'm not going to complain. Wind got up on me. When I put my boat in, the flag there we have a flagpole there at the boat ramp. Flag was just dangling straight. I went, oh, I got a good day. I get out here, the first place I stop, wind starts blowing. I don't know if y'all can hear it. I can hear it going through these trees right here. I'm in kind of hidden spot here now, but I don't know, guys. I think the weather has a lot to do with fishing sometimes. We talk about different things, moon phases and all, and I think that really does make a big difference too. But it's been warm. It's supposed to be 78 today, something like that. It was 78 yesterday. He's about 9 inches. The last fish was on Virginia shad color Tweety bird. This is the Tweety bird and silver bullet. Just using some different colors, trying to mix it up here a little bit. The first fish was on the winter color in the hot tail grub. All right. And all these other fish I caught on Virginia shad color. Water's pretty clear. It's probably 2.5 to 3 foot visibility. You can see right here it's 67 degrees. Wow. It was 63, 64 before I started. But it'll change when you move around the lake. Depends how the sun hits it, how the wind's hitting it. This wind is warm, so it's warm in the water too, right? When it's 70, 74, 75 degrees, when I left my house it was 68, but they say it's going to be 78 today. And yesterday it was 78. The day before that was 72. And that's when I made the porta catch that y'all going to see in already. I made that on Tuesday. Today's Thursday. So I thought I'd get and fish a little bit. Had a job I was supposed to do this week, and all the materials hadn't come in. So what do you do when you don't have enough materials to work with? You go fishing. Alright guys, I had to throw at him probably another 10 times to get bit. I don't know about this. I don't think he's that big. Well, it doesn't matter. I got my net hung up on my rod box lid. When you leave one of those handles open like I got right here, you ask for it, don't you? I didn't realize it was sticking up. I put my cooler, I got a soft cooler I put in that compartment. And evidently I left the handle sticking up just enough to catch the got it. He's probably right at 10 inches. I don't know. I don't think it'll get any bigger, but he's mean. He's got the right attitude. Good gosh, fella, y'all, you're not that big. I wish you was about 2 pounds. Well, you're probably one of the better ones that came out underneath this dock. That's why I do it. He's right at 10 inches. I'd say he's 10 inches. Probably 10 by the 16th. Wally. Yeah, the Wally color, guys. And the Tweety bird. I pulled baits out. I got Tadpole Juniors and Tweety birds. Why did I go to a smaller bait? Sometimes some of y'all ask me that. Because the fishing's not easy today. As I said earlier, I think it's the weather. We're under a warm front. I think I'd rather be under a cold front. I think this warm front has hurt the fishing more than the cold front. I think the fish are like, because the water got down to 62, 63. And they're like, is it spring or is it fall? Water's warming back up. Yeah, the water's actually warming back up 3 degrees by my depth finder. And that's not good. As this water keeps cooling, it'll push them to that winter pattern. They'll get out here and get in these channels. And I can get in this channel right here. I said this in another video. For 2 or 3 miles right here, I can get in the channel and just run with my trolling motor and look for schools. When I see a school, it'll be a school of 20, 30 crappie, and they'll just be kicking along real slow. And that's when I use the 1/8 ounce lead head. That's coming. There's 1/8 ounce lead heads I've got. Some of y'all have bought. That's coming. That's when I'll use those. They'll be also good for long poling. Those heavier weights. That's right. You won't need all that weight up on your line. You put 2 of those 1/8 on there, you got, you got a quarter. And I seen this the other day, guys. I was on another channel watching, and one guy was talking about his equipment and stuff, and he was talking about some kind of little jig. He said, now this one's a 1/24th, this one's a 1/32nd, this one's a 1/16th. And the guy in the comments said, blah, 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 1/30. He said, what does all that mean? And I started laughing. I used to teach shop, guys. I taught it for 15 years. I taught wood shop, welding, and plumbing, basic welding and plumbing. So I started laughing because I used to teach the ruler, okay? So some of y'all know. I was going to comment, and I said, no, I'm not going to comment. If he ain't figured out 2/32 make a 16th, I'm not going to try to figure it out all that to him. He just need to look, and I almost went back and said, pull a tape line out that has marks on it, that has the 1/16, 1/32, and start adding them up, and you'll understand it. Damn. Get him out of the water fast there. Jerk him out of the water. He nailed it. Wow. He's about 10 inches. I like to find a bigger one to end on, guys. Gotcha. I got him. Wow, I hope this is a crappie. Good gosh, fella. He's mean. He's been throwing a fit, guys. I just been holding on. He's from my net. Gotcha. Bam, that's the one I've been looking for. Thought I had the first big one at the start. All right, guys. Bam! I thought he felt good. Now this is a Tadpole Junior. This is called Hot Perch. It's brim with a chartreuse tail. That little number 6 hook. I'm gonna tell you, see what came all the way through right there? You get that hook buried in him, I don't care if it is small, he's not gonna throw it. There you go. Bam, hot perch. Now, some of y'all buy this color, have commented to me, you like it. I sells big time in the Willowtail. All right. My boat's spinning around, guys. It's a big time color in the Willowtail. I got it in the Fluke, Willowtail, and Tadpole Jr. Alright guys, I checked my camera. That fish is about, I'm gonna say that fish is right at 12 inches, guys. He's about 11 3/4, something like that, to 12 inches. Alright guys, there you go. I was just trying to, just a fun day out. I used a mixture of baits, willowtail, oh excuse me, I said willowtails. I didn't use any willowtails. Tweety birds, Tadpole Juniors, mixture of colors. That was the first cast. Now, I threw the ocean color under there. They bumped it, kept bumping it. And I got to thinking, it's got to be dark under there, right? It's got to be dark. And they probably came through that Stargate and then went under the dock. And I thought, you know what I need to do? Let's go to a darker color. So I dug around, picked up that hot perch color. First cast I hit it. Colors can make a difference. The way they see it. Everything's probably darker under there. That green was probably a little too bright because it's neon green. So I thought about that for a second and switched and caught a fish. The moral to the story is don't be afraid to try different bait shape, guys, and colors. It can mean the difference between going home empty-handed, you know, or more fish or less fish. Hey guys, appreciate y'all. See you next time. Fishing Lake Country.